And joining us now is Eddie Glaude, the James S. McDonald Distinguished University Professor at Princeton, as well as an MSNBC contributor. Peter Baker is Chief White House Correspondent for the New York Times and an MSNBC political analyst. It's good to have both of you here. All of this is happening, of course, Eddie, as Donald Trump tied the deadly crash over the Potomac to DEI initiatives, implying that people hired as a result of those programs may not be intelligent enough to handle complex jobs. Let's listen.
Are you saying this crash was somehow caused and the result of diversity hiring? And what evidence have you seen to support these claims?
It just could have been. We have a high standard. We've had a much higher standard than anybody else. And there are things where you have to go by brain power.
I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash.
Because I have common sense, okay?
I was thinking, Eddie, about Maya Angelou. When someone tells you, shows you who they are, believe them. Donald Trump was not shy about saying when he ran for president what his beliefs were. What are you seeing in the actions that he's taken, whether it's the comments yesterday or seeing places like the Defense Department, which is the largest agency in the federal government, making the decision that they've made?
You know, Chris, I think it's important for us to take Donald Trump at his word. There is no evidence to suggest that diversity had anything to do with the loss of 67 people. And what you see is, in no uncertain terms, is the way in which DEI is being used for a white Christian nationalist agenda. This has nothing to do with merit. This has everything to do, to my mind, because yesterday revealed it, because there's no evidence to kind of correlate these two considerations. He's not interested in merit. The assumption is that if you have women, if you have black people or brown people, if you have a diverse workforce, that by definition, the standards have been compromised. That is a racist, a sexist view. So what does it mean, Chris, that people are taking this seriously? If we understand it for what it is, an item in a white Christian nationalist agenda, and you see businesses and government following suit, what are we to conclude? So I think yesterday was quite revealing. And the policies and decisions that are being made now are revealing as well.
Well, what are we to conclude? You look at a split in the business community, Eddie, and there are companies that have said we're essentially going to do the same. And then you have companies that have stood up and said, and they've even voted on it and said, no, we're not changing our policies. In fact, we believe that these policies have been an advantage to our company, have been even valuable in the monetary sense to our company, right?
I mean, how many McKinsey reports do we have to cite about the value and power of a diverse workforce, of a diverse leadership team? So we know that's the truth. We know that to be the case. So what we are seeing here is witnessing here is a capitulation to a white nationalist agenda. And I want us to stop dancing around this, Chris. We need to understand what we're confronting. We need to understand what the tattoos mean on Pete Hegseth. We need to understand what this particular decision is actually revealing. CRT, DEI, woke, all of this is aimed at cultivating and stoking white grievance. And if we keep dancing around it and keep capitulating to it, we're going to find ourselves, shall we say, hearkening back to the days where people like me supposedly knew our place, and people like you, Chris.
Peter, is this likely just the start of dismantling diversity initiatives of all kinds in all levels of government?
Well, yeah, I think that Donald Trump has made very clear that for him, DEI is now up there with immigration as one of his central, villains of his political narrative, right? It doesn't matter whether there's any actual facts involved. Anything could be the result of DEI. The wildfires in California are the result of DEI. Anything can be blamed on DEI regardless of any actual, factual connections. He didn't bother to even try to make any factual connections yesterday. As he said when he answered questions from my colleague David Sanger, he just feels like it. It's just in his gut. Well, it tells us something about his gut, of course, that he would come out and do that. I've covered presidents going back to 1996. Plenty of them have had tragedies like this, And every time they've come out, Republican or Democrat, didn't matter. They came out and they preached a message of unity, of grief for those who had lost their lives, of trying to find out what had happened without jumping to conclusions. And this is a president who does the exact opposite on these things. He jumps immediately to conclusions without the basis of any facts. He immediately goes after his political opponents, President Obama and President Biden, by name and blamed them for a policy that he then read, which was actually a policy when he was president as well. So, you know, this is how he operates. He's made very clear this is how he's going to take the next 4 years.
Eddie, so many controversial things we hear from President Trump last only until the next controversial statement, right? It's hard. Democrats will acknowledge this. It's hard to keep up. This whole issue of DEI does seem to have struck a nerve. It does address how we see ourselves as a nation. So when we talk about bandwidth for a fight, for people who believe this signals something much larger than not having a moment of silence on a given day, how do they find the wherewithal to keep up the fight?
Well, I mean, we have to be clear about our values. We have to be clear about who we take ourselves to be. What is the nature of the America that he's putting forward? What does it mean for a large number of our fellows that we have to endure this sort of view, right? And what are its implications for the very way in which this country goes about its business? I mean, we are barreling towards the 250th anniversary of the nation. And here we are grappling with the contradiction that has haunted this place since its founding. We have a president who believes that this country must be a white nation in the vein of old Europe. He talks about immigration, Chris, but we know birthright citizenship has nothing to do with the crisis at the border, quote unquote. It has everything to do with great replacement theory. We have to start being honest with what's in front of us, because if we're not being honest, we're being complicit. And so we got to get clear about the values that animate the very country we claim to be so committed to.